Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the ADDIESDIVE My-H2. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing a Cadison C8208, homage to an Omega Seamaster. And Grego is wearing my Actnight 2113. I don't know if that's pronounced Actnight or if the K is silent and it's a night. I don't know. Grego said that someone delivered a package to the Academy addressed to a Carl Calrissian. Master Skywalker asked Lando if he had a relative named Carl. He said no, Carl was his real name and the package is for him. People just call him Lando because he's a Lando Morian. Alright, let's take a look at the watch. It comes in this plastic case. These are very common among ADDIESDIVE, Steel Dive, and a few other brands. They're really nice cases. They're really hard plastic and they're got the foam rubber inside, so they do a really good job of protecting. And so here it is. I haven't reviewed an ADDIESDIVE in a while. I've always been very pleased with their watches, and this one is no exception. At $68.50, this is their cheapest automatic with the NH35 automatic movement. This looks a lot like a Flieger Type A with enough noticeable differences that one can call the Flieger inspired or not an actual Flieger. So if your goal is to add a Flieger to your collection because you do not yet own a Flieger, then this might not be the watch for you. But if you want a great automatic watch that's reasonably priced, and this one does not disappoint. This watch comes in 3 different colors. There's also a black and a green. Then there are 5 different strap options. You can get it in black leather or black khaki or green canvas. There's also a sterile dial option, but you can only get that with the black dial and either the leather strap or the engineer bracelet. I noticed that Steel Dive makes the very similar 40BL-SS, but it costs just a hair more and comes with an oyster style bracelet instead of an engineer bracelet. I personally prefer the engineer bracelet on the aviation watch. The watch is 37.5 millimeters at the bezel, 39 millimeters at the case. 49 millimeters lug to lug. These lugs are pretty long. It's only 12.2 millimeters thick, which is pretty thin for an automatic watch. Has a 20 millimeter lug width and weighs 131 grams on the supply bracelet with 3 links removed. The bezel is smooth and brushed. Then the dial has a sunburst effect. Then you have the ADDIESDIVE name and logo up top, then automatic and 200 meters of water resistance on the bottom. I'm glad that it just says 200 meters and doesn't say water resistant. Why clutter up the dial with redundant information? Then the indices, we have batons in the chapter ring, and then we have numerals also, and these are all lumed. Then the hands, we have Flieger type hands. These Dauphine style are popular on Flieger type A watches. Then we have a thin second hand, and the second hand is not loomed. There's an unsigned date at the 3 o'clock, and this is one thing that most Flieger type A's do not have. Most Fliegers do not have dates. So once again, this throws it off from being a true Flieger. Then the crown is signed, and it's a screw down because we have 200 meters of water resistance. There's a nice pop when you unscrew, and this being an NH35, the crown action is just fine. No, it's not loosey-goosey, and there's no minute hand jump. Oops. And usually there's no minute hand jump when you go to press it in. And the crown action is good when you screw it back down. The threads catch immediately, and they don't feel a lot of resistance there. The crystal is a flat sapphire, and it's even with the bezel. I tested it. It is indeed sapphire. Then the case is a brushed solid steel. It's a very nice looking case. The case back is a solid steel screw down. It's got the ADDIESDIVE logo on it. Then it says all stainless steel, because this is indeed all stainless steel, no chrome plating here. Then it says NH35. Then it says divers 200 meter. Well, it shouldn't say divers because this is not ASO 6425 certified. and you're only supposed to say divers if it's certified. So that's going to be in the gripes and groans. Then of course underneath is the NH35 movement. This is the 24 joule 3 hertz movement that hand winds hacks and has a bidirectional rotor. You're going to find NH35 is the popular choice in watches in this price range, much preferred to the Miyota 8215. So these are usually pretty accurate right off the shelf. So let's put it on the timegrapher and show it anyway. Since I bought a timegrapher, I might as well use it. Here it is on the timegrapher. As you can see, this is one of the worst NH35s I've seen on my channel. Really bad beat error, 1.2 milliseconds. That's why you see 2 lines on the screen. And -17, -16. That's some pretty bad numbers for an NH35. Of course, an NH35 is still within its range, and you just never know what you're going to get. So if you do get one this bad, maybe it gives you some chance to open it up and practice a little regulation. Or you could always take it to your local watch guy and see if he could regulate it for you. The bracelet is an engineer bracelet. We have solid female end links, and that makes it wear a little bit thinner than it has to. And then the links themselves, they're fully articulating. So see, fully articulating links, so that's always nice to have. And the links, so they do have push pins, but once again, as I always say, I'm perfectly fine with push pins, especially on an engineer bracelet. You're not going to lose any pins on this one. And I had to remove 3 links, so the bracelet's plenty long. Then the clasp, though, is just your basic press clasp. These are really common on ADDIESDIVE and Steel Dives. Steel Dive at least signs them. ADDIESDIVE does not. This one, though, I've had a little issue with it. Sometimes it's a little hard to snap shut, but that's pretty uncommon. I think I just got a bad one. Here's the watch on my 7.5-inch wrist. As you can see, it looks nice, wears nice. It's a good looking watch. Here we are in the Lume room. ADDIESDIVE always has really good Lume, so I'm expecting good things with this test. As we speed up the time, we see that the hand Lume is excellent. Really good hands. They're glowing like a torch. But the indices, although pretty good, are not near as good as the hands. It would have been nice if the indices were as good, or at least close, but the indices are fading pretty quickly, and pretty soon all you're going to see is the hands. What do I like about this watch? Well, it has really great hand Lume. I like this brushed steel case. I like this blue sunburst dial. It's really nice looking. And I like the fact that it has a fully articulating engineer bracelet. What are my gripes and groans? The index Lume doesn't compare to the hand Lume. The clasp has trouble closing. And the NH35 in this particular watch isn't running very good. Once again, though, that's not a general complaint of the NH35. It's just this particular watch that I have. Your mileage may vary. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, this watch is reasonably priced, automatic with an NH35 movement. Yes, it isn't a true Flieger, but still a sturdy watch that you will enjoy wearing. Thank you for watching my review of the ADDIESDIVE My-H2, and I will be back with another unboxing. I got 2 watches in the mail today, so this should be a good unboxing coming up. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.